Christi is among 10 public health labs within Texas' laboratory response network that'll be equipped to perform COVID-19 testing.
That's right, and that news coming from Governor Greg Abbott today during a news conference earlier this afternoon. The laboratory response network will be able to test more than 125 patients per day once the entire network is up and running. The governor says this type of testing will help to shorten the time for healthcare providers to receive test results.
The Laboratory Response Network provides laboratory diagnostics and responds to biological and chemical threats, as well as other public health emergencies.
The governor gave an update on Texas's first case of the coronavirus in the Fort Bend County area near the Houston area, and assured the public that the risk for Texans is still very low. And here at 3 News, we continue to